the money is going to be gone. Hi friends, Joe Sangl from Fully Funded Life here, and I want to talk about a topic that is in a lot of conversation right now, and that is Social Security viability. What does viability mean? Well, that means the ability of the program to remain active and fully funded. There are serious challenges approaching for Social Security viability, and that is its ability to continue to fund all of its obligations in the future. We see some data from the Congressional Budget Office that says that by the year 2033, plus or minus a couple of years, that the fund itself will cease growing, and we will actually, any money that has been accrued will actually go away. It'll be drawn down to zero. And what does that mean? That means that the money that is being withheld from your and my paychecks, that FICA, will be immediately turned around and paid out to those that are due obligations, those that are retired. And they're saying that for people my age, around 51 or so, that we can expect to receive about 75 to 81, 82% of what the promised obligation is. Well, that's not going to sit well with anyone. And I believe that in Donald Trump's presidency, probably in year 3 or 4, he is going to be required to address it. That they are going to have to make substantive changes to the Social Security program for the first time since Ronald Reagan in the 80s. In the 1980s, they increased the full retirement age from 65 to age 67. They did so in a graduated scale such that those that were born prior to January 1st, 1960 would slowly but surely have months added till it was age 67 for anyone born after, January 1st, 1960. So my full retirement age is 67. So if you're under my age, we got robbed. If you're under the age of 55, we got robbed of 2 years of our retirement age. Well, they had to do it for Social Security to last. How do we make sure Social Security lasts? Well, in my mind, there are 3 main ways to do this. I want to share them with you quickly. I would love to hear your feedback. But listen, I don't want to hear your feedback if you're talking about they should just pay it, because there is a reality is the money is going to be gone. We cannot fictionally make this money out of anywhere. Even though they say the government prints money, they do so by borrowing money. So that won't work. So let's talk about 3 ways that I think are going to be addressed. One is increase the full retirement age. Now, this is hard because they already increased it by 2 years from 65 to 67. I believe they're going to have to do it again. I believe that they are going to try to bump it to 69. But I believe they're going to probably settle on 68. It's just my guess that they're going to add an additional year, and they're going to do it to anybody who's 25 years old or younger. Those born January 1, 2000 or later are going to have the retirement age increased by a year. I believe that's going to happen. Actuarially, that helps increase the program's viability. The second thing is, I believe they're going to have to increase the tax rate or raise or remove the current income limit. So right now, if you earn income on a W-2, you pay 6.2% of all of your money into FICA, Social Security. Your employer matches it with an equivalent 6.2%, which means 12.4% of your income is mandatorily removed from you and put into the Social Security program. Okay, it's compulsory. Okay, that's a lot, 12.4%. If you are self-employed, this is no surprise to you. You pay both sides of that 12.4%. Now, 1.45% is withheld for Medicare, and your employer matches it at 1.45%, which means between Social Security, that 12.4%, and Medicare, that 2.9%, 15.3% of your pay is being sent to the government for Social Security and Medicare. I believe that the government is going to have to either raise or remove the income limit. In 2025, the Social Security income limit is $168,000. So once an individual produces $168,000 of earned income within a calendar year, by the way, you may be saying, who on earth earns that? Well, there's a lot of people that earn that. Think about celebrities, think about athletes, think about business owners. A lot of people produce far more than that. Well, after they earn more than $168,000 in a year, they no longer have to pay that 6.2%, and their employer is no longer required to match that on any money above the $168,000. I believe they're going to try to tax all income, and they're going to end up settling on setting a new limit somewhere around the $400,000 a year mark. That's my belief. Whether or not that's true, this is just Joe Sangl thinking. I'd love to hear your thoughts. They could also increase the tax rate. If they increase the tax rate from 6.2% by 1% to 7.2% and make the employer match it, well, that extra 2% can actually help the program become fully viable into the future. I believe it may be a combination of those two things. And of course, a third way to do this is to tax all Social Security payments. Right now, the maximum Social Security payments can be taxed is up to 85% of a person's Social Security payments. However, in Donald Trump's bill that they're trying to pass right now, the one that he has titled the big, beautiful, bold bill, something like that, he's trying to eliminate all tax on Social Security payments. So if that's the case, well, I think it's going to be my first two things I've shared. I think they're going to increase full retirement age by a year, and I believe they're going to try to increase the FICA tax rate and raise the income limitation. Hey, I welcome your thoughts. What do you think the best way for the government to address this program is? It is a problem that affects all Americans. And so maybe we should all engage in a nice, civil conversation about how to address it. I welcome your thoughts, opinions, and any data you might share. Share it in the comments. Hey, and if you have other thoughts on ways that you would fix it, we want to hear those too. Thanks for being a part of this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you've gotten value from this, and I believe you have, click that subscribe button, click that thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with somebody. We want to make sure that this community grows so that we can all, together, live fully funded lives. Thanks for being a part of our family.